Ephesus. What do we know about Ephesus? Well, what we know about Ephesus from archaeology and history is the fact that during the time of Paul and in the early Roman Empire, Ephesus was a very important city. At that time, it was actually on the coast of what is modern-day Turkey, the western coast, and it was an important seaport. But more than that, it was also right along the well-known Roman road that kept together, or connected, is the word I was looking for, connected the east to the west. So it was highly traveled. It was a large city. It was a major city of the area. It held official games, which meant, like having the Super Bowl in your city. It brings in a lot of people who wouldn't normally be there, brings in a lot of commerce that wouldn't normally be there. They had many, many temples, and you remember the one of the large temples was to Artemis or Diana, and she was, in those days they had gods that, if you study the mythology of Greek mythology and the gods and so forth, the Roman mythology, you hear about, there was Zeus and there was, Thor, there was this guy, that guy. See, I don't know. I suddenly went into the Avengers. I don't know what happened there. There was Spider-Man. There was Iron Man. There actually are some similarities that we could talk about, but I digress. But there were local manifestations of those gods. And so there was Artemis of the Ephesians, which was still Diana Artemis, but also kind of localized. And the one in Ephesus was very big and very well known, much so that there was a major industry in Ephesus of making small figurines and large figurines and statues of Artemis or Diana. And they're pretty bizarre looking. You can look them up online because they have found thousands of them, maybe tens of thousands of them archaeologically, because it was a major business. Right? But so there was a lot of commerce, a lot of action. Ephesus was a very important city and a big city. Now, when Paul went there on his second missionary journey. Do I have that right? Someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was the second missionary journey. Maybe it was the third. But he went and he ended up spending 3 years there. When we read the accounts in the book of Acts, he spent the longest, as recorded in the book of Acts, there in Ephesus. And there was an amazing revival that happened there.